Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. This is Week 13 Waiver Wire Targets. As always, I'm your host. It's your boy, Rumboyz Robbie, aka the Admiral. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and also hit that subscribe button if you have not already. As always, I am joined by my co-host representing the GMM Network, Bogard Scott Free.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's about to finally close up week 12, Manana. You know what I mean? For the first ever Wednesday afternoon football game, right? And then we getting y'all ready for week 13. And hope y'all got your dance shoes shined up, because we're going to the dance.
Yep, we gotta get you guys set up for playoffs. This is our final week. This is your pretty much your make or break week, depending on how your league
get
is
your
set up.
dancing shoes on. We gonna cut a rug.
Yep, it's time to cut a rug. But before we do so, we gotta go ahead and make sure that we pay some bills. Bogart Scott Free, Monkey Knife Fight.
Hey, for everybody that perhaps unfortunately are missing the dance, missing the playoffs in your fantasy league, you could still get you some cold hard cash by going over and competing on monkeyknifefight.com for all your legal, legit, daily fantasy sports action. Head on over to monkeyknifefight.com, and when you use promo code Rumboyz in all caps, we'll match your first deposit all the way up to $50. Get in on this DFS sports prop action. Touchdown dance is calling your name. Rapid fire, less or more, and plenty more isms. Head on over to monkeyknifefight.com, promo code Rumboyz. We'll match that first thing all the way up to $50. Holla!
Dilly, that is correct. Also, I want to recommend and hope you guys check us out on sportscaster.com and the Sportscaster app. Sub-zero latency whenever we call play-by-play over there. We are up to the minute with every play, whenever we call play-by-play over there. So want to let you guys know about that. Also, you yourself can become the Sportscaster whenever you head on over to sportscaster.com. You can begin launching yourself a podcast, dropping your hot takes, and run your own Sportscaster channel as well, and join analysts like the Rumboyz, Yard Barker, Clutch Points, and many others. Once again, sportscaster.com and Sportscaster, the app. Dilly, y'all.
That's right.
Something flew in my fucking eye right in the middle of that ad read. Damn it. Here's to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. Dilly. Tino's like, I'm high. I mean, hi. Hey, hi. I'm same, very same.
Hello.
Hello down there.
Hello. We are the one and the same.
Let's go ahead. Let's dive right into our running back injury report. Before getting into that, we do have a running back PSA. Guys, it is a holiday and 'tis the season for handcuffing. If you have not if you are going into the playoffs and you have not secured yourself with your running back handcuff, make sure that you do so.
It's the cupcake season. It's the handcuff season. You know what I mean? If you got all your big dog running backs, if you got Dalvin, you better for damn sure have Madison. If you got Drizzy, you better have Chase Bank Edmonds. You know what I mean? Who else we met? If you got Aaron Jones, hopefully you got Molly Williams. You know what I mean? Who else we?
Yeah, we're gonna go over it. We're gonna go over it. We got a list. Hold on.
Yeah, we got a whole. Yeah, that's right. No, I'm just saying, because those are the obvious ones.
Yeah,
I mean, like, we've been trying to vet the Rumboyz and girls. They're well vetted. That they should know these are the names that should be obtained, even if you don't have those starters. You know what I mean? Like, this is that season.
Absolutely. Raj, no, I am not sipping kombucha. This is a course. So yeah. I'm sipping on a beer, bro. Come on now. Running back injuries really quick. Josh Jacobs. It looks like he'll be missing a little bit of time. Hopefully nothing too serious. James Conner. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say Josh Jacobs. They say he might have a chance to play, but I mean, one of the names on the top of the list.
It's Josh Jacobs. It's Josh Jacobs. He's always likely. Yeah, he stays banged up, but he's always likely to play. He's one of those guys that'll have that Q next to his name, but they'll probably roll out anyways.
Yeah.
James Conner out with the COVID. J.K. Dobbins out with the COVID. That game happening tomorrow. I will be calling that. So make sure you guys stay
The
tuned.
first ever Wednesday afternoon game.
I know, and I'm like, it's so weird. I'm like, how the fuck do I market this? Like, at least like Tuesday football, like it like sounded kind of cool. You know, it was like still like
Hump
not.
Day, join the Rumboyz Fantasy Network for Hump Day afternoon
Oh
football.
god, that just sounds terrible, bro. And like, here's the thing. So we're gonna do pregame.
Right.
Then right after we do the pregame, I call the game. I get to call the game, and we go right into Q&A later in the night.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we'll get a little bit of break after we call the
shit.
game, and then me and you were back on at fucking 7 Mountain
Dang.
Time.
So yeah, so we're gonna get on like 12 o'clock Mountain Time tomorrow, like noon Mountain Time for the
Yeah.
coverage, right?
Yeah.
Because I think the game starts what 1:40 your
145.
time.
Yeah, 140, 145.
So
Yeah.
maybe like 12:15 your time, 12:20 ish.
This is why you guys need to have your notifications on, guys, because
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy too, 'cause my girl's off tomorrow, so I actually can rock that early show. You know what I mean?
Good. Yo, yeah. See, all well and ends well and it's okay.
Across the fantasy 7 seas.
But and then also freaking Mark Ingram out with COVID.
Yeah, I hate him.
Targets that you guys should go and get. Latavius Murray. All right. Latavius Murray is a unique one because since Taysom Hill has kind of started vulturing a lot of the touches that Kamara would have gotten, and now they've gone to a lot of power back formation.
Yeah, exactly.
It's becoming Latavius Murray because he kind of just fits that with the more of a
he's 6'2" and 230 or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
I mean,
he's above the threshold. He's right under like 70% owned. So in some of your 10-team leagues and maybe even some of your 12-team leagues, you might be able to find this guy. So he's definitely at the top of the list priority if he's available.
yeah, like if he's available to you, definitely grab him. If you're the Kamara owner, damn sure make sure that you grab him. Because once again, tis the season for handcuffing. Devontae Butcher.
Oh yeah, that's my nickname for him.
For him, yeah. He butchered up the stat line sometimes.
Yeah, he did. He cut it up.
Let's see here: Damian Harris, James White, Benny Snell, Cam Akers. Cam Akers it's late in the season for him to be coming along, but he's coming along.
Yeah, 60% of the snap count. That's the first time all year, and like it was kind of throughout the game, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was every other series he was in there, and they just need to figure out he's the best looking back. Like maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe he's an idiot. I don't know. Maybe he only knows 3 plays because he's clearly the more talented one out of the 3.
They're having one of those kind of situations where a lot of coaches right now have this tendency where it takes them a minute to move on from a veteran guy. Like a rookie just has to truly pop off and like show him like, oh, yep, we can completely forget about him.
Remember they said we want to run like in Shanahan in the beginning of the year. He said Sean McVay. He said he wanted to run something similar to Shanahan and the Niners with the committee backfield. And like, listen, Sean McVay, that's not working for you. You know what I mean? Go back to what worked for you in the past where you were feeding one guy named Todd Gurley. This guy, it might not be Todd Gurley in his heyday, but he's definitely more spry than a Malcolm Brown and a goddamn Darrell Henderson Jr., the most boringest guy in the world.
Exactly. I could agree with you there. Frank Gore's old ass, Zach Moss, Jamal Williams, and Gus Edwards.
Yeah, so these are all guys that kind of figured them. Minus Gus Edwards, those 3 guys: Frank Gore, Zach Moss. Who's the other guy I had on there? Was it Frank? Frank Gore and Zach Moss for sure. They played 57 to 60% of the snaps, which is crazy. So like during this time of year, if you're wounded, like you like throwing something like that in your lineup, even though it sounds ugly. It's a guy that's going to get opportunities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like seriously wounded. But I mean, if you are in like this is week 13, you are battling out, for a playoff spot. You're in a position for a playoff spot. I doubt that some of those last names, aside from Jamal Williams, Williams should be rostered. He should be rostered.
Yeah,
I hope
he's actually
he should be rostered. Yeah, he's actually flex play.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously Gus Edwards, because I put Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins because now supposedly J.K. Dobbins perhaps can play tomorrow. If not, it looks like he's on pace to come back next week. A lot of people dropped him. If he's available, I don't fear a Mark Ingram coming back. I actually have a theory Mark Ingram gave them all COVID, and they're all mad at him. You know what I mean? Fuck Mark Ingram.
I think
You know
that shit was Lamar's fault, honestly, because like
You think
Lamar
so?
was, Lamar was kind of like one of the first ones to go down. So I think it was definitely fucking Lamar's fault.
Well, because I remember on Sunday night they had already announced J.K. Dobbins and Mark Ingram had it. You know, the test that they have to take after the game. They were like, okay, they got it.
Yeah.
And they tried to keep it quiet with Lamar, but you might be right.
No, they
Maybe
tried
Lamar is the
really
first
hard
one
to
had
keep it quiet with
Yeah.
Lamar because they kept saying they were like there's more Ravens players, and then like they started slowly releasing the names and noticed they didn't release like Lamar until like kind of like middle of the week, like I think it was like they did it on Sunday when all the other news from all the other teams was coming out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean those are running backs that you guys could go and get. I really want to express you need to be trying to get handcuffs if you're in that top 4, top 6 in playoff position, just because if anything happens to your guys in the regular or during the fantasy playoff stretch, you automatically have that to turn to when you need to fight for it in the next week. So that's one of the reasons why in week 13 you'll hear not just us but a lot of fantasy analysts stress go back and go get your handcuffs. If you dropped your handcuff, to go get other things, now you can kind of drop some of those other things because you're not giving a fuck about what the people in the consolidation bracket are going to have. You're likely to drop some of those, drop certain pieces that you haven't been using or that you're like. You could go and drop Zach Pasquale and go get you a handcuff. The chances of one of the other guys in the top 5 or top 3 that you're going to be battling it out against probably aren't going to drop to go and get Zach Pasquale because they're probably going to be going to drop that. You're probably going against a Camaro owner. He's probably trying to go and drop someone to go and get Latavius Murray. Zach Pasquale's not going to be on his mind. You can drop John Brown, right? And go and get Cam Akers, or any of these other guys, or actually Jamal Williams. You can go and get Jamal Williams if he hasn't already been rostered in your league. These are the things, and if you're the Aaron Jones owner, these are the things that I want you guys to start thinking about right now in week 13. Week 13, you're also going to simultaneously be game planning to head into weeks 14, 15, and 16.
Oh, yeah. And especially with defenses, too, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, we are going to get to that. I held up on some of the questions in the chat because, they were getting into wide receiver talk and things of that nature, and we're going to dive deep into that. Well, we'll take some questions really quick. Nehemiah, I see that you asked Thielen or Julio rest of the season.
Thielen.
Go Thielen there.
Go with the guy, even though he's Julio, he's not. He's Julio, and Julio's always banged up. So go with Adam Thielen.
Julio's always banged up. They aren't vying for a top position. If he continues to get banged up, they could very well be like shelf.
Down. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see here. Let me scroll up. I saw a couple guys talking about the Texans.
We can get into that right now because we're going to go through the wide receiver portion of the show.
Yeah, I think I saw Triad and Raj and Aiden kind of getting into it. Let's go ahead and get into the wide receivers. So one big wide receiver for fantasy purposes, this guy never makes it through a fantasy season. Week 12 is actually roundabout when he kind of just disappears. Weeks 10 through 12, it's usually, honestly, he disappears because of a hamstring injury. This year, and on this episode, this week, we're not reporting an injury for the wide receivers. We are reporting that Will Offler, y'all already know the deal. You guys read an article on Rumboyz.com.
Yeah.
Hot positive for Peds. Him and also fellow teammate Bradley Roby, both who have the same trainer. That's going to elevate.
Juice.
Yep, on the juice. That's going to elevate Kiki QT and Isaiah Coulter. Now, I need to make sure I preference this because I saw the debate that was happening in the chat. The reason why Tria brings up Isaiah Coulter is for dynasty purposes. If you are in a dynasty league, I need you right here, right now, to go and get Isaiah Coulter. Isaiah Coulter, he's going to be a star for the Texans. He's going to be a boy for the Texans, okay? And then also you need to factor in that you're not going to have Will Fuller for the first 2 weeks of next season in dynasty.
Yep.
Okay. So with that being said, with that being stated,
Shit, they might even trade that man because like they don't want to pay. I don't think they're gonna want to pay him. They
hey,
couldn't.
Will Fuller, and yep,
They couldn't pay DeAndre Hopkins. Why would they all of a sudden give a big old bag to Will Fuller? You know what I mean?
who just
So
popped positive for Peds, who has not stayed
yeah,
healthy.
so culture becomes really fucking interesting for the future, for real.
Exactly. Now for redraft, Kiki, do you
You
love
love
me?
me.
Scoring touchdowns, getting me points from my fantasy football team. Yo, it's really gonna go
I
down.
really hope Kiki's a thing, bro.
Bro, Kiki is a thing. Whenever these big guys, and especially around this time of year,
Yeah, we were
for
just
the
saying this
last
the
2
other night.
years, Kiki, we've said this before on previous episodes
Yeah.
on this exact
This,
show, on the
this is
exact
when
waiver
guys
wire
like
show.
Steve Sims pops up.
Yep, this
Guys
is
like QT pops up.
yep.
You know what I mean?
You need to go
Last
and
year's Debo. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Yeah,
Debo was the
Debo
second half guy.
started to come along real heavy. This year, with especially with Fuller gone, and Colts are
You know who was
all
this
coming
guy
up.
too? Robbie Anderson for years with the Jets. He would always pop
Oh
up
yeah,
during this
Robbie
time of
Anderson during this
year.
time of year, yeah, with the
He would
Jets,
just
yeah.
pop up like he's a touchdown machine. Like all of a sudden, like yeah, you just and I'm hoping Kiki's not a guy who's a field stretcher. Even though he got some speed on him, that'll still be Brandon Cooks more than likely. You know what I mean? And the fact that Brandon Cooks will now draw #1 coverage. You know what I mean? Kiki's going to get all that slot work, especially with Randall Cobb out. And they got rid of Stills, who was the other outside guy. If Coulter,
Exactly.
if Coulter, with Isaiah Coulter, that's his name, right? If he comes in, he'll be opposite of Brandon Cooks on the outside. Kiki's going to get all that slot work. And when we get to tight ends, a name I forgot to put on, I just thought of right now, because another person who's probably going to benefit is
Jordan Atkins.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was gonna get there. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So he's a very interesting ad too. Like I was picking up a lot of Walt Disley last week. I'm about to chuck a lot of him and grab me some Jordan Akins and just
Yeah.
see how that worked. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into the tight ends. We'll get into the tight ends. But Kiki, big pickup in dynasty leagues. Go and get go and get Coulter. Another dynasty pickup that is on this list as well. He's probably honestly already been picked up in dynasty, but I saw that you brought up the question, Bills Mafia Rob, only because you just want us to bring up something about the Bills. Don't worry, we're going to talk about 2 receivers here. One would be Gabriel Davis in dynasty formats, and then also Cole Bees in the trap. Bees in the trap. I really want to talk more so about Cole Beasley though, just because Cole Beasley he's
safety blanket.
Yep, he's been the safety blanket. He's coming along hot, and I really want to focus just on the redraft side of things, especially with that team.
And he's been he's another one of those guys too. Like he's a notable name that isn't 100% owned. He's hovering around 75%.
70, so about 70, 75.
Yeah, he's worth taking a look if he's available because there might be some guys that might have had to drop him during the bye week and you know what I mean? Like
honestly, he's even going to be a guy that if you're in a league that he's that he's already rostered, people might even drop him this week to go and get some of those handcuffs and get some of those different things. So once again, like how we always preach, be water in that scenario. Let's see here, Michael Pittman Jr. We mentioned him last week. We're mentioning him again. You guys know when we start bringing guys up, their relevancy, their stock begins to rise.
Yeah,
we brought him up.
And the fact that he's still on this list, that means he isn't over the threshold. Like, he had a bad game, but that's all the more reason to look if he's available because he had a bad game because Rivers had a bad game. And Rivers hasn't had too many bad games this year, to be honest. Like, he's actually been fairly efficient. So, and they're playing the Texans, and everybody goes off on the Texans, and their #1 cornerback, he just tested positive.
He just positive for Peds. Yep.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? This is a nice play here this week.
Alan Lazard, the Lizard King. Return of the Lizard King. Now, this one, I only worry just because there's still that hot and cold thing with Marquez Valdez-Scantling. But since Lazard has been back, Scantley's kind of faded back to black in a way.
And he's just the outside burner.
Exactly.
Lazard can he can run underneath routes, and you know what I mean. Like Lazard could be looked at as a possession guy, opposite of whenever they can't go to Adams. Like if they're doubling Adams,
Mhm.
like Lazard, he was wide open in a couple of those catches
Yeah.
last Sunday.
I like Aaron Rodgers better when it's just Adams and MVS. Like I'm like,
Yeah,
yay, like we could just focus on those two. But then when he gets like Lazard in the mix, where he has just a third receiver in general in the mix, it gets muddled and it gets confused. It's like,
yeah,
no.
because then you really got to start looking at player matchups. Like, okay,
Exactly.
what do they do here? Do they play more man? You know what I mean? Do they play more press? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
do they play
it
off
makes
coverage?
it's just because it makes it harder just to predict MVS.
Yeah.
That's where I was coming from.
And I
It's
mean,
just that
MVS,
frustration.
it's man, MVS is always diagnosed the same. He's a
Good.
WR4 every week. He's a WR4. So you just,
Boomer
he's,
butts.
yeah,
Let's see here. Corey Davis, definitely have Corey Davis. People definitely have Corey Davis. He should be rostered. At least if you're just keeping him on your bench, like he's done well enough this season where like you gotta go pick him up. You gotta go pick him up.
yeah,
Whenever AJ Brown's not eating, he's the receiver on that squad that's eating, and he is working out well as a flex. Actually, like I haven't had any complaints this season. So,
yeah. Minus the games that he missed on the COVID. You know what I mean?
well, yeah, being
But
played.
I
That's out of
mean,
my control, or out of
exactly.
the universe's control, for real, for real.
Fucking insane. This
Um,
2020.
Miles, this one here shouldn't be a question. Okay, is it better to start Jacobs or his backup, or start Gibson? So here's the thing. Okay,
Gibson and Jacobs, just
yes, Gibson and
figure them
Jacob.
into your lineup.
Exactly. If Jacobs is injured, then of course, yes, you're not going to roll
Yeah.
out Jacobs,
And
and there's no
if you
point in
can
rolling
get
out
Booker,
and well,
if
there's no point in rolling out his backup when Gibson is just that much better than any
yeah,
backup.
and I will say this: Jalen Richard, he's gonna miss week 13 already for sure. So if Jacobs doesn't play, Devontae Booker could have like legit like a 70 to 80% snap share. You know what I mean? Like that could really happen against the Jets. So you know what I mean? So this is notable to watch out for because it's a good matchup. You know what I mean? You're going to want the running back there. Obviously, if Jacobs goes, that's something worth risking. I'd play a banged up Jacobs against the Jets, and then Antonio Gibson's just a
Exactly.
must play every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Antonio Gibson's must play every single week, and Jacobs
Yeah.
is must play every single
I'm not
week.
even scared of the Steelers matchup, to be honest.
Let's see. Start one at running back and one at receiver. Gaskin, Mostert, Zeke, Deontay Johnson, and Galladay. Um,
Okay,
so Zeke is out of the question. Fuck him.
if Gaskin goes,
Yeah, if Gaskin goes, you gotta
you
go.
play Gaskin because I feel like when Gaskin's ready to come back, that organization's smart enough to be like, okay, he's good to go. Let's bring him back. And then like kind of like how the Chargers treated Austin Eckler. Yo, when a motherfucker comes back and he's healthy, they're gonna give him that
They're gonna
workload
give
again.
him. Yeah, they're
Right?
gonna let him go.
Yeah, it's not like this guy just got banged up and then, it's a must-win game and then you'll be like, all right, play him at a limited capacity, but it's a must-win game, right? It is everything's must-win for the Dolphins right now, to be honest. But all the more reason, if he's good to go, he's gonna get that full workload. He was getting, upwards of 75% of the snap share. And that was
Exactly.
fucking awesome. And now it's the Magic Man too, who knows how to check down his running backs whenever
And who
everything's shut
Gaskin
down
was eating with early in
to
the
begin with.
season. So yeah, so this
Yeah.
yeah. So your running back option, yes, is going to be Gaskin if
Yeah.
he's going to be fired up, good to go. Between Deontay Johnson and Galladay, Deontay Johnson, we still don't know if Galladay's going to return yet.
Yeah, and obviously this is a question for next week, right? You know what I mean? And the Galladay plays Sunday, if he plays. So we'll find out that information by Friday if he's practicing or not, and so you'll have your answer. You know what I mean? Because Deontay Johnson, you know what I mean, barring any injury tomorrow in the first ever Wednesday afternoon football game, you know what I mean, barring any injury, he plays on a Monday night. You know what I mean? And I don't know why we get so many questions about Deontay Johnson or X. You know what I mean? Like, because
I'll
like a
never
must play.
understand. Yeah, I'll never understand
Yeah.
that. I'll never that is one that I'll never understand that.
And if Galladay gets in the mix, I mean, I get you. I guess it's the same scenario too. Like, listen, they have nothing to play for. They're out. So if he's healthy, that means he's good to go, and he's gonna be, he'll get his normal. He won't be on no fucking pitch count. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Aiden, if you want to type up your team, then and we can talk about your waiver moves, and then we can. Just know that that is your team. It is ultimately up to you what you choose to do. Ian on the mic asks, "What's a good pickup to replace Fuller, Kiki, right, or Gallman?"
Listen, if you need running, if you got a lot of receivers, I mean, more than likely, you're probably flexing out Will Fuller because of where he was drafted in leagues. You probably have, good receivers on top of that. So I would go with Gallman if you need running backs because those are more scarce right now.
Yeah, I would say go more so with what you need. If you're only all right, if you're looking for a receiver, right? Okay, well, it sounds like you're looking for a flex. It sounds like you're looking for a flex because you're asking.
I'm going Gallman.
Yeah, if you're replacing Fuller as a flex, then yeah, I would go Gallman. But if you're replacing him as a receiver,
yeah, like
and you need a receiver, and if you are already scarce at receiver as is, and then you losing him to Peds just made everything worse, then the obvious answer is going to be Kiki.
Because I do want to clarify something. Yes, Kiki is going to get an uptick in snaps, and he should be a slot guy that gets volume. But he's not going to be the Will Fuller role. So it's not like, okay, Will Fuller's out. Here comes Kiki QT. Slot him right in. You know what I mean? You got to understand what he is. He's going to be a WR, like a low-end WR3.
WR3, exactly.
Yeah, that could, and if he pops a touchdown, and he goes like 9 for 70, you're fucking hella happy. You know what I mean? Because that's what I think he is. He's going to be like a guy with like 6 to 7 targets. You know what I mean? Yeah, not 9 for 70. He'd be like a 6 for 70 type of guy. You know what I mean? A lot of shorter A dots. You know what I mean? And even that, you're happy if he can get a touchdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, once again, I'm in agreement. My only qualm with it is it depends on roster construction. You did mention, you got Amari Cooper. Do you have more wide receiver depth than just that? Like you just saying I got Amari Cooper. That's not sexy enough for me to be like, like we're gonna run that. Like,
how about what running backs you got?
Give us your running backs and receivers that you're working with, and then that'll dictate which way you pivot in that. Exactly. Let's see here. Let's get into our tight ends while those guys go ahead and type that up. I think Aiden's going to type up his lineup, and then we'll get us the depth that he's looking at on his roster. Tight end Mark Andrews still out with the COVID. Irv Smith Jr. He's still out. Tight ends you can go and get. I do not know why we are saying this name again. He needs to be rostered every single way, every single place, and that is Logan Thomas.
Yep.
Go get Logan Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. It speaks for itself. Trill Burton, Trey Burton.
Mm-hmm.
He's been going off lately for the Chicago Bears and kind of been the only saving grace for them. Tino, what's good, bro? I see you up in the chat.
Up, Tino?
Let's see here. Kyle Rudolph, Dalton Schultz. Again, Jordan Reed ends up on this list, but this is the only person that keeps ending up on the list, and I'm gonna just keep saying not pick it up. But we're just gonna keep tossing him out there because he is below the 60% threshold.
Yeah, and all the tight ends suck, man. Like outside of Travis Kelce, you can't trust anybody, and just if somebody's getting targets, he's worth a pickup right now. If you don't have Kelce, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why he's at the bottom of the list, though.
I feel that. Eric Ebron.
Here's the other one that we talked about earlier that I forgot to put on. Jordan Atkins, man.
Yep, I typed it here. I wrote it here. Eric Ebron, Will Dissly, and Jordan Atkins.
And Jordan Atkins, I might want to move him up. Like I might take a shot on him, obviously, over Jordan Reed for sure. You know what I mean? Like Jordan Atkins is fucking available than a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
I'd probably go Logan Thomas, Atkins, Burton.
For sure. But those are the ones you check for first, obviously.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But like I said, I'd probably for a Jordan Reed, like that's the cutoff where I'm like, okay, I'd put Jordan Atkins in that priority.
Yep. No, I'm with it. I'm with it. Yeah, you need to go get. Logan Thomas, Jordan Reed. I'm still not. I'm still fading though.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We're gonna figure out why you never liked Jordan Reed. Because he was phenomenal with when it was the formerly known as the Redskins.
For a season, for like 2 seasons, like, and then he just kept getting concussed. Like, he was good when he was in. Like,
He was
dude,
like the Will Fuller of tight ends for real, because he would like ball out and then disappear for like 3-4 weeks.
yeah, and then come back and then
hamstrings,
fucking it was awful. It was awful. I cannot.
ankle, toe.
Like everyone used to be so hyped about Jordan Reed. Yeah, Jordan Reed, and it's like, why are you getting excited for someone that's about to disappoint you via injury? I didn't fucking get it. So E says he has Mike Williams. So your wide receiver depth is Amari Cooper and then Mike Williams. Oh shit.
Yeah,
running back depth is McCaffrey, Davis, and Swift. Oh God, you need both of these people. You need both QD and fucking. You need both.
Well, who's on his bench, man? Who's on your bench that you could drop now? Because if you could drop 2 guys, you got to try to claim both these motherfuckers.
Yeah, bro.
And I would claim them in order. I would claim him in order of Gallman because you need running back help.
Like, yeah, you need running
week
back
13,
help.
You're not even going to have Davis or CMC because they're on a bye week.
Yep, they're on yeah.
So you need, and Swift should be on pace to come back.
Come back. Yeah, Swift hopefully should come back.
I know. Hopefully they don't shut him down. You know what I mean? But he should come back. And then you get Gallman, who's been getting, roughly 72, 73% of the snaps.
Yeah, he's been killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other 30% gets split up by, Dion Lewis and Alfred Morris.
Damn. Yeah. Fuck. I do not like.
One, E.
I'm not.
To my man Ethan. That's my little bro.
Yeah, bro. That sucks, man. That's a tough spot.
Yeah. I hate that I feel bad. We didn't mean to laugh at you right away, but it was like, damn, no wonder this was a question.
Hey, I feel like we laughed, but I feel like we were just like, shit, like, whoa,
we feel his pain.
Yeah, like we read the players and we were like, oh shit, that's poverty.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I feel his pain. I'm there in several leagues.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I've been there. Yeah, I've been there. Russ, let's see. Aiden says he has Russell Wilson, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, DeAndre Hopkins, Brandon Cooks, Austin Eckler, Jordan Reed, Kalen Ballage, Kiki QT. How do you already have Kiki QT on your team?
He might have picked them up. Maybe.
Okay, Antonio Brown, Chase Claypool, Corey Davis, Juju Smith-Schuster, Brandon Ayuk, Young Ho Koo, and the New Orleans Saints defense.
Okay, what's the question here? Like, how
he wants to no. I mean, he wants to I guess figure out who to drop. So I mean, there's no need for Antonio Brown when you could go get Michael Pittman.
I might hold on to Antonio Brown still.
I feel like there's no need for it.
In the words of the Admiral, I wouldn't want to drop someone like that everyone's gonna run to grab, and then perhaps he hits his stride with the Bucks, and then I play the guy in the championship, and in his lineup he has Antonio fucking Brown. You know what I mean?
I don't think that anyone is gonna fucking be playing Antonio Brown. Like,
I'm saying, what if he starts to hit his stride this next couple weeks? You got to remember, he's only played 3 games with them, and he's been getting all the targets.
Yeah, because they're fucking forced me. Because Tom is like, I gotta make sure this works because this crazy fucker lives in my house.
For real.
Bro, the Bucks. Oh God. Yeah. Me personally, I don't.
He's like, get rid of Antonio Brown.
Jordan Reed can fucking go.
Yeah,
I'd go get Logan Thomas instead.
If he's available,
if he's available, yeah.
Go get Jordan Atkins. Switch Jordan for Jordan.
Yeah, switch Jordan for Jordan. Yeah.
Because you got Ayuk over there. Like, don't be too heavy on the Niners offense. They're more run heavy, if anything.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely wouldn't do that, and I just wouldn't have Jordan Reed. Period. I'm
gonna figure out how many times I can bring up Jordan Reed's name. She's like, no,
like,
we're not doing
that.
this.
Yeah, man. Antonio Brown for Michael Pittman Jr. I'm with the shits there.
If Pittman Jr. is available, I might do that. To be
Yeah,
honest,
I'll sleep with I'll sleep perfectly sound at night.
But hold on, wait a second. Damn, when are the Bucks playing the Atlanta Falcons? I think they still got them coming up. Because that's going to be the Antonio Brown game.
Oh gosh.
Just for the one game, bro.
I can't stand Antonio Brown. Hell no. Who's my flex play between Amari, T, or Eckler? Eckler? It's
Yeah.
Eckler.
All day.
Nah.
Eckler's back.
Eckler answered that question for you this
15
past
targets,
week.
bro.
Yeah.
11 catches. 80 yards.
Miles. Said, I won a fantasy championship on the backs of Jordan Reed and Alfred Blue. Not here for the slander. Yeah, when was that? Freaking 2016? 2017? Like, come on.
It was 2015.
2015? Yeah, it would have had to be like
because that was
forever ago.
That was when Jordan Reed was balling in that winter that did December. He was balling.
Even Miles I'd drop Antonio Clown.
And that was when Alfred Blue had to come in because that was the year before they brought over Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? It was like Alfred Blue, and he was behind. He was behind. Oh boy, was still there. Arian Foster. He went down that year, as he does.
Oh, KJW. I played Boyd over Gibson. Oh, Lord.
Oh, no.
Poverty.
Mama, no.
No.
Listen. Oh, listen to our show.
Yeah, we
would have not allowed that.
We were so low on the Bengals this past week. We were so low on the Bengals. We shitted on all the Bengals this past week.
And I love T. Higgins. And I'm mad because I was shitting on him so bad that I sat T. Higgins and he actually put up like 15 points in the PPR.
Yeah, I sat T. Higgins as well, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I dropped Landry after not playing him all season. Then he went off. But
yeah, that's some 2020 shit.
He's a roster clog if you never start him. Drop AB if that's the same case. Yes.
Well,
see,
here you go. But who are you dropping him for, though? That's the thing. Like,
I dropped AB for Landry.
I'm not mad at that because you know what? You want to know what's funny about Landry? There's been 4 weeks, including a bye week, so 5 weeks without Odell Beckham Jr. Right? Mm-hmm. The past 4 games in Cleveland have been bad weather games. So this is
and Landry still ate.
No, well, he was bad. He was bad those games. So this is bad. Okay, he hasn't been good. But so this past game he balled out in a matchup he should have, and it was decent weather. It wasn't no bad weather. So this is literally the first game we got to see. Like, okay, Jarvis Landry is viable. They've been dealing with a lot of bad weather games. So I think the arrow's pointing up for Juice. Like, I mean, you could start him. He's a WR2.
Yeah.
Juice Landry.
Let's see here. Let's talk about some quarterbacks really quick. Lamar's still dealing with the COVID, but he'll probably be back for week 13, maybe. He has to pass the 5 positive COVID tests.
Lamar's gone.
Yeah, all the Broncos QBs are.
He might be back maybe for the Cowboys game, but I mean, you'll see when because who else are we going to be missing? Just Lamar, right? That's who I forget who else is on the list.
From the Ravens.
No, just from the QBs in general. Like,
all the Broncos QBs.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Danny Dimes is out, and who did Tua and Tua's is still out.
Yeah. So streaming options:
Kirk Cousins, Derek freaking Carr, Philip Farfanugan Rivers, Nick Mullins or RG3.
Yeah, because listen, if RG3,
I only care about the first 2.
RG3 against the Cowboys next week with no Lamar Jackson, that's solid. You know what I mean? If you're streaming at this point of the year and you're going into week 13, you know what I mean? And you need a QB and there's no more, and they're saying there's no Lamar Jackson, you run everybody up against the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, you can always play anyone against the Cowboys this year, but I mean, me personally, just my experience with with RG3 and having to have stream him in a late season situation.
Would
I
we go
would
back to Derek fucking Carr?
yeah, I would probably
Because
maybe
he's playing
play.
the Jets, but he couldn't
I
do
would
it
probably
against the
maybe
Falcons.
play Carr or Cousins more so
Yeah.
than any of the other ones. Rivers, I'm hot and cold on, but
Yeah.
he's also hot and
He's
cold
playing the
either way.
Texans.
So I mean, if any of these guys that I have to look at, I have to stream. Not just
looking
thinking
at
short
Cousins and
game,
Carr.
not just thinking short game, but also thinking long game at the same time. I would probably go Carr, the more so.
Yeah, because he does have the softest schedule the rest of the way. It's just like, can you just play good? Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
just manage.
Yeah.
Let's see here. BKBC said, excuse me, he said, why my bookie tell me I have to make $200 plus bets now because I'm on a 5-bet streak? Damn.
Well, then your bookie is like tired of losing money to you. You know what I mean? And like you need to, and then bookies
Find a
will
new
make their
bookie.
own rules all the time, bro. There ain't no fucking rule book, so I'll find another bookie.
Yep, find a new bookie. He's like, I'm not 200 plus confident in my bets. See, yeah, I would be like, yo, I need to bet confidently in my shit. Either we're gonna let me go with the flow and do my thing, or I'll go take my business elsewhere.
Yeah, or just bet against the Jets every time. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, well, you want to play that
If
game?
you're
Fine.
just betting money line against the Jets every week, you'd make little money, but you would have never lost any money because they
This
haven't
is very
won a
true.
game. You know what
This
I mean?
is very true.
I don't know. I just got hit with an epiphany. I don't know why I wasn't doing that all year. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you know
Like,
what?
fuck it, drop 100 and you might only make like $60, but you get
But
your
you know
100 back
what?
too.
Yeah, like I get my 100, I walk away with 160 versus fucking.
Exactly. We could have been balling off the Jets this year. Fuck.
Damn it. Herbert finally had a mediocre fantasy game. Blame it on Eckler's return.
No.
I don't know if I blame it on Eckler's return.
There
Just
was a
Anthony
fucking
Lynn.
touchdown. There was a monstrous Jalen Guyton touchdown. Monster one down the field, house call. There was a flag. You know what I mean? On a hold that had nothing to do with the actual play.
I just blame it on Anthony Lynn.
Yeah, and
I just blame it on Anthony Lynn straight up.
Eckler being back it's no different. It's just now there's a better running back there because they were given the same double-digit targets to a Kalen Ballage. They were given double-digit targets to Justin Jackson. That's just how that system works. And anytime it's a pass, you like that for Herbert. So I think Eckler there helps Herbert.
Yeah, I think it'll help Herbert in the long run. It's like and the keywords. So the keywords of what you. The keywords of what you said, Miles, was it was a mediocre fantasy game. Not like we don't have enough evidence right now to be like, oh, it's all Eckler's fault. Like, I think it's just honestly fucking Anthony Lynn for real.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, they were down on the goal line, right? They're like within the 5. They're within the 5-yard line, and Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler are not on the field. Like shit like that is like Anthony Lynn is stupid. And then they ran it in with Josh Kelly. Obviously that it worked out. They got a touchdown, but in fantasy that was so stupid. If scoring touchdowns is the object of the game, why is Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler off the field? On that moment, like that was stupid.
Once again, it's fucking Anthony Lynn, dog. It's Anthony Lynn. Like I don't think that they stick with Anthony Lynn's not a bad coach. But I don't think that they stick
running back coach.
I don't think that they stick with him though, because he can't win fucking games. Like he can be competitive in games. He can't close out games. He can't fucking win games. And I'm sorry that's. Do I feel like he should lose his job before fucking Adam Gase? Hell no. But do I feel like is he gonna lose his job? Yeah. Like it is what it is. Let's get into streaming defenses. So this week,
it's a fun week for streaming defenses.
Yeah. You have Seattle, Miami, Chicago, San Fran, Arizona, the Rams, the Raiders, and Washington. And really quick, for everybody out there, so You got Seattle. They are going to be taking
The
on.
Colt McCoy-led
Yeah, they're taking on the
Giants.
Giants. Yeah, so Seattle's taking on the Giants. You saw what they did against a very frustrated Kirk Cousins, a very inefficient Kirk Cousins. Don't expect Colt McCoy to go out there and ball. He is, after all, still Colt McCoy. Um, then you have the Dolphins going up against the Bengals. The Bengals, of course, without Joe Burrow, they are now no longer dangerous. So you're back to starting any team that plays against the Bengals, back to starting them against the Bengals. Uh, let's see here. Chicago up against the Lions.
Yep.
Chicago's just a good defense within itself. Kind of, they make their own case. I don't think that I would start San Francisco against Buffalo
I
on a
would.
Monday night.
I would.
That's
Because
that's
Josh,
you.
listen, it's hard to run on the Niners. You know what I mean? And when I looking at streaming defenses, the Niners are perfect because they're gonna get after the quarterback, and this is a quarterback who's gonna throw the ball, and he's gonna make mistakes. Josh Allen is phenomenal, but then every so often he wants to remind everybody that he is that bumbling buffoon.
He's still
He's
Josh
gonna be
Allen.
good for yeah. Would you say the Chargers defense was particularly good this year? No,
No,
and
but
he
they
threw
still
two
gave him,
picks.
but they still gave
Yeah,
him fit. But
exactly.
because of exactly what you just said, so me using exactly what you just said against you, how we don't know what we're going to get out of that Josh Allen. That's why I stay away from that.
Yeah,
I
but
don't want to put myself in it. Not in week 13.
this
Hang on,
Niners
hear me out.
defense.
Wait, hear
This
me
Niners
out. But
defense is active.
yeah, but we're not talking about that. Like we want to give the listeners the best ones to run out there and go and get. You
That's
know,
why I put him in, and that's just the order I put him in is
you
in
put them in
priority.
order. Yeah.
Yeah,
Me personally,
I
I'm
would
just
play San
saying.
Fran.
But me personally, I am just saying I would not. With it being week 13, I would probably go a little bit more chalk on which defense I'm going to play. If I absolutely had to,
Would,
you could probably play either one of these teams because Nick Mullins is even going to turn the ball over. So you could play either one
true,
of these
but
defenses.
Buffalo's
Buffalo's already rostered, so I
yeah,
get what you're saying
exactly.
there. So
This is
but
why
once
these
again,
teams are on
because
there.
of how muddled that situation can get, that is what doesn't seem as attractive to me.
Well,
Um,
when you look at high-powered offenses that throw the ball, I only look at it like that's opportunity to get turnovers. And this is an active. It's a front. Even without Nick
that
Bosa, we're still at the top of the league. Not the tip top, but we're top 5 in pressuring opposing QBs.
Right, but
So
that's a given. That's a given with any
yeah,
team. So
well,
if
yeah.
if we were to go off of that principle, then we would look at like a million different matchups, and we'd
Like
be like, well, like
I probably would have put Detroit in the mix then too because Mitchell Trubisky is good for some turnovers. You know what I mean?
exactly, yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
But Detroit's not good though. See, that's my point.
Exactly,
Is the Niners
yeah.
defense is good.
It,
We're
it,
good.
it
It's
is a good
our offense.
defense.
Yeah.
I didn't say the
We
defense
just took
isn't.
down
I
a
didn't say
high
the
powered
defense
offense
isn't
with the
good.
Rams.
I'd
I'm
say
just
the
saying.
defense is
Well, I'm
not
just
good.
making the argument. And I
Yeah,
like the Monday night games. I like it.
I feel that. I feel that. Another
Yeah.
one that I am going to disagree with. I probably shouldn't disagree with this one because once again, making the exact same argument in the same case that you just made, Washington versus Pittsburgh. I worry about that just because Washington's defense is still so young and Big Ben is so experienced to
Well,
where I don't think that their talent is enough to overcome their youth in that matchup. I still think that
they
worries
lead the
me.
league. They lead the league in pressuring quarterbacks. The
This is
Washington football
once
team.
again that is
Yeah.
very very true.
And
But
give me some disrupted Big Ben balls. Pause. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah,
Like you know what I mean? Because they throw it more than they run it. Actually, Pittsburgh's that's been their identity this year. A lot of it's in the short game. Montez Sweat, bro. Like this motherfucker lurks around. I could see this is gonna be a feisty game, and I think the mentality of the Steelers going into that game is gonna be like, oh, they got this. You know what I mean? This is and it's
well
another Monday night play.
yeah,
But
because
that's
what
why it's at the bottom of the
The
list.
Steelers are going to kind of have not much time to rest. I mean they'll play tomorrow, and then what
Yeah,
that gives
it'll be
them.
like playing it'll be like playing a Monday night game and
Okay,
then
yeah,
playing the following Sunday.
so
Because
okay, yeah, exactly, yeah. So
yeah,
I mean maybe
it's a
it'll still
short week,
balance
but
them out. The
yeah,
like So for me personally, do I want them to be a good fantasy defense? Yes, because if they are a good fantasy defense, then that means that in reality we stand a chance at fucking winning. If we're a
Yeah.
good fantasy defense. But I don't think that that's going to happen just because once again
And
there's so much age and just so much knowledge in it, and Mike Tomlin's just so fucking good as a
but I
coach.
would say that the same age and knowledge it is technically there with Alex Smith too. And
Yes, yes.
the offensive line is better in Washington than it is.
No, he's not.
Yes, it is. Okay. You know what Big Ben does this year? He gets the ball out quick. He's the
Mhm.
quickest release right now.
He
You
gets
know
it out in
why?
2.7 seconds.
Because that line is bad. That line is bad. So to get rid of that pressure, like to offset that, you're getting the ball out quick. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, like, this is a defense. The Steelers defense. They pressure a ton too. They're at the top 5 of
Yeah.
the league, right? So and here's my point now, with them also giving up 4 yards of carry to running backs, with 2 running backs that can catch the ball in Gibson and McKissick, and then you got McLaurin, who could be a WR1 this week because the Steelers produced a WR1. If there's any way they can get any kind of lead in this game, they're going to tee off on Big Ben. I don't give a fuck if it's a 3-0 lead. They're going to tee off every chance they get.
Dog, that's the only way that it's gonna happen.
I know, but this is why I write
I know.
the narrative and the game script the way where I'm like,
I,
okay,
I want it. I
I'll roll
want
the
it to
Washington
happen that
Redskins.
way. I want it to happen that way. I'll be calling that game Monday.
That's gonna
But
be a really fucking low
but
key like fun game to watch
it is. It is.
because you guys have
Yeah.
the number 1 secondary right now.
Yeah. We're nice. We're very fucking
Yeah,
nice. Like
statistically, you
like
guys
do
are
I?
number 1
All
in
right.
the secondary.
So when I sit back by myself, right, and I think, and I'm I'm alone and everything. Do I think that it's like, yo, could we give them some fits? Fuck yeah, you know.
I'm not talking about them
Do
winning the game.
but hang on, hear me out. But what I know and what I honestly think and what I predict, it's gonna be fucking awful. Roger's like pissed at us right now. He's like fuck. He's like I don't want that to happen that way, bro. It really could. Like Bogart's take makes a lot of fucking sense, but I'm trying so hard to not be like yeah, you know what, that makes fucking sense. Both top defenses, both actually very well evenly matched with Alex Smith under center. Then if this was if this was fucking Dwayne Haskins, Kyle Allen
Yeah,
still, like I'd be like,
no.
yeah, fuck it, like fuck it. But if with this being Alex Smith, he actually knows how to manage a game. He actually knows how to fucking play football.
For
You're right.
real.
He does have about the same amount of experience, kind of, sort of, as Big Ben.
Yeah, like this is low key gonna be a good game. Like, I think people are sleeping on it. And think about it, they got the extended long week. They got the short break, the mini bye week. They go from Thanksgiving and they go all the way to the next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So Riverboat Ron and them, they're gonna have something for that ass. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, like,
Look at what happened. We had a very good amount of time to play the game plan for Thanksgiving, and look at what happened. I
yeah,
mean, I get that was the Cowboys, but like,
destruction.
but we looked damn fucking good. Like we looked
We
real
did.
good.
Yeah.
Let's see here, Arizona. Arizona, they're one of those defenses. They're just really good. But that is a divisional matchup, and having ownership
It's
of
Jared
that.
Goff makes mistakes. That's why I like it.
Yeah, that you're really just dependent on that. In that scenario, what you're hoping what you're hoping is that the Arizona Cardinals defense can get their motor going early enough for you, and
Yeah,
they can get
and they
they
can
can get
stop the
their
run.
yep they
They
can
could.
stop the run, but you want them to get their picks early. Okay, you don't want it. You don't if you do not want the Rams to actually be the good Rams, like actually be like the boy genius Sean McVay coached
Yeah.
Rams. Like you want Sean McVay to like be up all night and like fucking overly game plan.
And
But if
Vance Joseph is another one of those guys. He's a product of Mike Zimmer. So that's they love to send the house. They love
ex-
all out blitz. They love sending four like constantly. Like they're going to be pressuring Jared Goff.
golf all the
Jared
time,
Goff's
yeah.
yeah, and anybody who's watched the Niner game or any of the games that Jared Goff plays bad, it's because he's being pressured.
Yep.
And the people who put that blueprint out was the New England Patriots a couple years ago in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl, yeah, and
Yeah,
that's how that came
that
about.
was the end of it. Because remember, bro, like it was screen games all day. Boom, then nope, they take away the screens and they start pressuring the fuck out of them, and it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Like, and look, last year Goff was hit or miss.
No,
This year it's been hit or miss.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, with this one, you're really just banking on kind of like not to be the Rams that we've seen lately. Like they've been pretty decent. Like if they dominate the Cardinals throughout the whole thing, or they consistently put up points without turning the ball over, and then he throws a pick in garbage time, that's probably going to be too late for you. And that's not the scenario that you're wanting. Okay, so. Just know that that's the situation that you're worrying about.
Too, you said it right. It has to happen early because if they start stacking on them, they're going to run the ball and try to keep Kyler Murray off the field. So, you know what I mean? I'm hoping that other guy who is another quote unquote offensive genius, adopted the air raid system. You know what I mean? And Cliff Kingsbury.
Well, I don't know. Why'd you call him the other guy? Because they both had coffee together.
Yeah, basically. You know what I mean? Seriously, like the fact
the
that
other young guy.
Yeah, Sean McVay, soon as he got signed to the Rams, people like Matt Nagy, people like Matt LaFleur, people like Zach Taylor.
Yeah, all these
anybody
young
who had
guys.
a cup of coffee around Sean McVay. You know what I mean? Not even Matt Nagy, but just the fact that he was young, like him. He was like 6 years older than McVay at the time. You know what I mean? But it's just funny because
it was like that whole 2018, that whole 2017, 2018 era where it was just like I need a young coach. Yeah, and then it was just the Broncos. They're like, we got Vic Fangio.
Let's get the oldest guy who never got a head coaching job.
That shit confused me. I do like that the NFL is getting younger because I like the way the product of the game is coming out.
Like Joe Brady's about to be a coach somewhere, and that's going to be awesome.
That's going to be fucking weird,
especially for the first year. Because what is he like 29, 30?
Yeah, he's like my age, dude.
Damn, that's crazy. His resume is already decorated.
Already decorated, bro. Fucking just
LSU fucking
bangle, bro.
Oh my god! And he spent time with Sean Payton for a couple years
in the Saints. Yep.
Yeah, before he went on to
LSU.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You also put the Rams here. I'm gonna paint that same narrative.
It's the same thing.
But
the same thing. Like, if anybody had streamed the Patriots against them last week, they weren't disappointed. You know what I mean? It's just
exactly.
It's just opportunity where they're gonna be the ball's gonna be flinging around.
It's one of those things where it's like Aaron Donald
coming up, yeah.
And then the Raiders. I feel like that's just
Jets.
they're playing the
self-explanatory.
Jets. Yeah.
Even though the Raiders defense sucks,
it fucking sucks.
The Jets.
There is one that is tempting me. I don't think that they're over the or I think they are over the threshold, and that is that is Cleveland. Cleveland against Tennessee.
That's our 2 weeks ago conversation, though. We were telling everyone, pick them up now, ride them the rest of the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
Jags, Bengals, Chargers, Bears, NFC East also pretty bad. Yeah, if any defense that's up against those, or any offenses, any defense that's up against those offenses, play them. Yes.
Yeah.
And then Miles, I wanted to read this comment before we close out as well. Baker Mayfield available almost everywhere. Plays Tennessee this week. Then Baltimore.
I like it.
But then he has the Giants, the Jets championship week. I hate Tennessee, but he does. But does a not biased person look at picking him up?
Listen,
if you could get rid of your biases, yes, I'm rocking him.
Listen, as long as there's no bad weather, and they're not forced to run the ball 70% of the time. You know what I mean? How about this? This should be a competitive game against the Tennessee immediately. Boom, I love that. Playing Baker against the Giants. That's a pretty good secondary. So maybe, but then again, of course, when you get to the Jets game, you're like, hell yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that's a really bad secondary. And like, but then also too, the competitive nature of those games, the Giants game and the Jets game, will that be, you know what I mean? That's going to teter on whether or not you feel good about Baker Mayfield.
What? One of the things that makes me feel good about Baker Mayfield, especially in those last 2
It's
weeks,
when he
more
said,
so.
"I know what the fuck you doing."
Oh yeah, hey, that shit was that. Did you see that shit on Instagram, bro? Hey,
he
said,
told me I went and looked that shit up.
He goes, Razor, Mike. And then like the fucking line switches, and he's like, "Oh, that was fucking cute." Like, bro, I was like, that is cold blooded.
Hey, that's
bro.
why he's the rooster, bro. He's big cocky.
Hey, I mean? and then proceeded to complete a fucking slant like right after that, like just like boop.
He knew the pressure
like
was
he
coming.
knew, yeah. Because they
that's
all
fucking cute.
yeah, because they all fucking did the whole barrel roll, like the whole roll, and then slide. Yeah. So like it was a dead giveaway. It was like, all right, so you're gonna bring fucking strong side pressure.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even like, because I already know I'm not even gonna worry about rolling out. I'm not even gonna worry about rolling out. You just let that blocker through. I'm just gonna right there, just right across the middle. But yeah, bro. But shit, y'all. I don't mind picking up Baker Mayfield, but not just because of that reason, though. I feel that Cleveland knows heading into the playoffs, heading into any type of playoff scenario, they're going to need to keep him hot. They're going to need to keep him hot. So you can't afford, even though it is the damn Jets, the goddamn Jets.
I wonder how many pass attempts Baker Mayfield has this year. He probably doesn't have that much. They're like, we need to warm this guy up.
Yeah, you got to keep him. You got to keep him on the field, and you got to keep him out there. So that's one of the things that just watching the game and
that's a big game. I just realized the magnitude of that game. Because right now, the playoffs started, the Browns are in it, so they need, you know what I mean. They don't want to drop to the next tier where the other people are fighting for that 7 seed. With the Raiders and the Dolphins, and who else am I missing here? The Ravens are still kind of in the mix. You know what I mean?
He's passed for 2,108 yards, 17 TDs, seven picks, but a 68.6 QBR.
So he's completed more than 50%. I'm not mad at that. Close to 70. That's pretty fucking good. I think that's around league average, to be honest.
Yeah, it's about league average. Yeah. He's not.
His pass attempts, though. That's how many pass attempts does he have on a year?
300. See here.
270.
294.
See, so yeah, I think they're gonna want to get him at least. Like this game, he's probably gonna throw the game upwards. Upwards of 30. He's probably gonna have 30 passes and up this game. You know what I mean? Because the Titans, they're gonna come through competing. The Browns secondary. I love the Browns defense because of what their front does. Their secondary still gives up booty. You know what I mean? So I expect A.J. Brown to have a big game here. You know what I mean? This could be a Jonnu game because they're really bad against tight ends over the years, the Browns. So I'm just saying this is going to be a competitive game. The magnitude of this game, I like Baker Mayfield to make my long story longer.
Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe you guys know we go to maybe stream Baker. Who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our week 13 waiver wire target special. I just want to go ahead and just go over some quick principles. If you are in spots 6 through 1 right now, start gearing up to get your handcuffs. Okay. If you are in spots 1 through 4 through 1, start gearing up to get your handcuffs as well. I say this and I stress this because you do not want to get into the playoffs once things are kind of locked up, and you're not able to go and get those guys, or people are picking those guys up. People that are in consolidation brackets are picking up guys that you could just easily turn to if let's say once again, God forbid anything happens, but Aaron Jones gets hurt, Kamara gets hurt, Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is a guy that habitually has this problem, especially later in the year.
And we don't want anything to happen to any of these guys, including Derrick Henry.
Yep.
But but no one really. They were like, "Who? What about for Derrick Henry? Deontay Foreman."
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's the guy who will probably
or Rick Nichols, whatever you're comfortable with.
McNichols they've been using in passing down situations, when they have been in it. Foreman's the guy who will be the guy if there's no Henry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
it will be him.
but once again, we just want to make sure that you guys are heading out there prepared and you're arming yourselves, properly to the T. Don't go into the playoffs blind and don't go into the playoffs unprepared. I've been the guy that's that's like, yo, thank God I have Latavius Murray when Alvin Kamara goes down for me, Also plan accordingly. This is going to be now where I really want you guys to focus on and listen into the shows, because we'll be going through game scripts and we'll start looking at trends and letting you know, okay, these teams will probably have these big names that they're going to start benching we'll start seeing a little bit less of. Be on the lookout for that, because those are trends that you're going to want to look for. That's how we tell you, hey, this week, last year, Austin Hooper, who was a deep season winner for people. People were like, oh, fuck Austin Hooper. But then all of a sudden that last
Austin
game,
Hooper, he blew up most of the year. Then when he got that ankle, people were just dropping him.
Yeah.
Because he was gone for 4 weeks. And then,
Yeah.
bro, he came through that
that week 16.
Yep.
Let's see, Steven Sims, where we were like, hey, look for Washington maybe, this last week, try and go away from Terry McLaurin, because
Terry McLaurin was even one of those guys last year. Like, some people ended up dropping him because they were frustrated with the Dwayne Haskins situation.
Yep.
And then, you just gotta look out for these guys. Like I said, Robbie Anderson was one of those guys last year too. He popped up at the end of the year, like as a waiver wire ad. You know what I mean? Like John Brown was one of those guys. You know what I mean?
You never know who's going to be that make or break league winner, that risk it to get the biscuit league winner. And that's where this show now becomes a lot more important. Every show that we produce from here on out becomes 10 times more fucking important. Rumboyz After Dark Friday nights will still have fun, of course, but seriousness, Monday through Thursday, Sunday, seriousness in the morning, but then Rum Zone, we're having fun.
Thursday? Because then
we can't do Q&A Thursday because we have a game Thursday night.
Well, no, there is no Thursday night game, because the Thursday night game was supposed to be Cowboys Ravens.
You're right. That got moved. That moved. So then we'll do Q&A Thursday then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do Q&A Thursday.
Yeah, because
nice.
But yeah, I know, right? I just thought of it right now, because by then we'll have a lot more information. There's gonna be a ton more questions for what I mean, and it'll be more accurate than because I always don't mind doing the Q&A Wednesdays. That's why we do it Wednesdays, but. If we could do it on a Thursday, that's even more helpful for the people.
That's more helpful for you guys, because then that works. That works. So we'll do Q&A Thursday for you guys, and then tomorrow we'll cover the game. Other than that, though, this has been our Week 13. I keep doing that because I see it on our Week 13 Waiver Wire Targets episode. Make sure that you guys subscribe, like, and comment if you have not already. Bogart, where can I find you?
Hey, you can find me right here at the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. And outside of that, check me out on YouTube / the GMM Network. You can also follow me at the GMM Network on IG and Twitter. And check out the Real Fantasy Playmakers podcast, which is our flagship show, on Spotify. Hey, dropping our rankings episode, mañana.
Nice. Yeah. Make sure you guys go check that thing out. Also, you guys can follow me at Rumboyz, spelled with a Z, Net, Twitter, Instagram. Leave us a review on our Facebook page. Also get us on TikTok as well. Just Google us, Google us. Head over to rumboyz.com, sign up for rumboyz.com, and check out the new articles. We have a brand new investigative report piece up on the Texans pandemic. So make sure you go check out that.
And see what you did there.
Yeah, I like that, dude. Other than that, cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. Dilly dilly. We love each and every one of you. Subscribe, like, comment. Peace.